Hey guys, what's going on? This is Namkraft here and welcome to this is a Starcraft English commentary. Let's continue with our coverage of EST 236 Season 3 Week 8, the final week before the playoffs. We're still watching the semi-final. This is the semi-final between Effort and Snow. The other semi-final is already concluded between Light and Summer. Let's see which other player will be joining. The winner of the previous semi-final, which I will spoil right now, was Light after 2-0 victory over Summer. Light is on his way to becoming the undisputed king of EST. Can Snow follow suit? Sweet. Map is Backroom with Effort in the blue color at the top right of the screen and Snow in the green color at the bottom of the screen. Just quickly show you the map stats here from the Protoss player's perspective. Here the win rates. And Backroom is the worst map for Protoss. That's 36.9% win rate. Very bad. Let's see how Snow can overcome the odds here. On the other side of the map, it looks like Overpool was the build of choice by Effort. We have the hotkey configurations of Effort. Number 1 on a drone. Number 2 not assigned. Number 3 is on the Overlord. 4 another Overlord. 5 is the main hatchery, 6 is possibly going to be the expansion, we shall see. Snow has opted to go for gateway opening. This could be a little bit of a tricky situation because he's very far from the enemy. This drone will come out and take an expansion. With that in mind, let me just quickly remind you of the player cards of these two players. Effort Kim Jung-woo, born in 1991. Used to play for CJNTS. Now he's got a decent number of followers on the soup and a sizable earning pool. Not bad, not bad. Where's his probe going? Wow, cross map. Zelle should be popping up very soon. Snow, Jang Yoon Chul, born in 1993, also used to play for CJNTS, so these guys were teammates. And Snow has accumulate a massive number of followers on Soup, especially at 422,000. Alright, this scouting probe is gonna get pushed back here. There's this drone. Let's see if Effort's gonna try to go for some kind of crazy shenanigans right now. It's a tendency to do so at this early stage. Right, not a bad idea for the probe to slow down that expansion as much as possible behind this. We don't see the snow tech just yet because the gas has not yet been finished. There's the off-centered hatchery, and when you have an off-centered hatchery, automatically the build that the Zerg player will go for is the 4 hatchery before tech. I mean, there's virtually no other ways to build to go around this. Of course, the Zerg player could still try to go for something like a 3-hatch Hydras with an off-center hatchery, but that is so risky because you won't be mining officially. If your 3-hatch build doesn't go through, you'll be in some serious economic problem. So already, I think that from Snow's perspective, he has some choices here. He can go for the aggression because the enemy is going to be forced to make additional hatcheries here. Okay, decided just to tech up and don't have to worry about 3-hatch Hydras at all. Won't need to make any kind of cannon on the front door. Not that many cannons anyways. Looks like there's going to be a couple of Zerlings still coming out. Looks like there is the core. The probe is going to be protected. Inside the main base we already saw a forge and probe's going to get transferred to his expansion. Very nice game of cat and mouse between these two players. Additional Zerlings have been made and Zerling with speed is about 80% completed. The cannon goes down. So Snowman is not taking any chances with defending behind a cannon. A bunch of Zelle out here. Yeah, once the Zerling with speed kicks in, what is the plan? What is the plan? You need to be super careful. Another Zelle out is not yet available. Massive Zerlings are coming across the map. The core is being attacked apart, but no problem. Zerling with speed kicks in at just the right moment. The probe maybe need to get pulled out of shoes. Zerlings are coming from the backside. He's gonna have to hold it hard. He's gonna hold it hard. Where the cannons, where the probe, the cannon completes now. The gateway is about to fall. Probes are coming up the line. This first group of Zealot is being destroyed. There's another Zealot, might be popping. There's the blocking Zealot, and looks like there's gonna be another block. The core has been destroyed, but the Zerglings could not make it inside. Only 2 Zerglings in the main base. Do we have a cannon? I guess no cannon just yet. He will try to attack, but there's nothing else behind this for effort. He still has an off-centered hatchery. This is a terrible build. And there's a Spire. Additional Zerglings might be going for a few shots, but the last Zergling has gone snipe on the other side. The gateways can get reproduced. Okay, Spire is a great idea because without the core, you cannot build your Stargate. He did not start his Stargate. There's going to be additional cannons. Behind this, the Spire is about 25% complete, but this counter-attack is looking very good. Effort has got nothing. He is going to be making drones for now at this base. He's got a few more drones. Zerglings will not go into the low ground, of course not. He's going to be waiting for the core. Where the hell is the core? What is this build? The core is finally going to get recreated. The attack and the expansion is already here. It might be good to go for the hatcheries. He will decide to go for which hatchery. The Zerglings is going to get made. He will go for this hatchery. Yeah, this is what is he doing? He's attacking 2 different locations. But now it's going to be backing up. And we have a probe checking out here. See the Spire. Nice intel. And behind this, the right answer is possibly double Stargate and a cannon in the main. Alright, drones have finally returned to the locations, and Mutuals are gonna get morphed. We are gonna be seeing 1 Mutus and 2 Scourges. Why are you making Scourges? Ah, I understand, because he doesn't see if the enemy has got no Stargate. He thinks that there's gonna be some Corsairs, but there aren't any Corsairs. The probe has already left the area. We have 5 hatcheries, and drones are mining sufficiently in these locations. I think he can come out and engage right now, Snow. And cannons going up into the main base. Are we gonna be seeing a direct switch into Dragoons or God? I guess not. And we have only 1 Mutus here, so those Zealot can stay for a while. They're trying to split themselves up. Scourge is coming to this side, but the cannons have already been completed. Do we have a second Stargate? No, just massive gateway for now. After the attack is over, Snow is at 62 supply, Effort at 46. Effort is in a good position. He has sacked a bunch of Zerglings to slow down the Protoss' tech advance. Now Stargate is late, but at least +1 is doing okay. Massive Zealot. We have a direct switch into Templar Archive. I don't even see the Silver Dune. There it is. 40% completed, and more cannons in the main base just to be completely safe here. Behind this, we are seeing 4 Mutas gonna get morphed. A bunch of Sunkens. Effort is inviting the enemy to a base raid. He says, come to my base as I take a lot of Mutas to your front door. 1 cannon down, the second cannon is gonna complete. Scourge is gonna be looking forward for that attack. And direct access into Dragoon range. Okay, not bad. He's making mass Dragoons now. To defend against this, we have 2 Mutas here. Expansion, a few more. I do see a bunch of Scourges, I think, in some locations. We have only 2 Corsairs, but Dragoons will have been made already. And there's a bunch of Dragoons. This is a very awkward build. Very awkward build for Snow. As for action, it's gonna make the hatcheries here, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I guess, yeah, there's a hatchery. 2, 5, 6, and 7 hatcheries. Very nice economy. Mutus chasing those Scourges are gonna be in the movie. What is he doing with this last Corsair? That was a very terrible mistake. But there's gonna be a major push before even... What is he? Making a cannon here? Strange situation. Corsairs are returning. And we're gonna be seeing some Templars. Very awkward situation for Snow. And as for Effort, he's building up his hatchery. Making still a lot of Mutas. Let's check the hot configurations. Number 1 is on 11 units, 2 of which are Scourges, minus 1 Overlords. So that is 8 Mutas. We will dive into this expansion. The cannons have been cancelled. The Zealots are moving out, but as soon as they see the Mutas, they'll be backing up. They already have the +1. And +1 armor underway. We have a few courses. We have a nice Dragoon count here. Need to actually move across the map. We'll be making all Dragoons. Hydras are in low number. Yes, no Hydras yet. Not as they can see now, they're gonna get made. And Hydras upgrade are okay. We're gonna be having direct switch into Lurkers. There's a dive into the main base. There are 3 cannons. This is a nice trade. The courses are here. Be super careful. Dragoons will be there to protect. That's why the Scourge is gonna be super careful. Looks like the courses and the Scourges have a dance with Dragon. No damage was done, and now Snow is ready to move out. Need to actually have the Robo. There's a Robo. Lurkers already on the field. It's gonna be a small engagement though. Courses once again leading the charge. We have a couple of Lurkers on this other side. And Snow will actually go for the expansion. It's gonna be super careful. There's that Pope. Gonna get harassed a little bit here. We have a couple of Lurkers getting ready to go into position. Looks like Effort takes a defensive position because it doesn't know if Snow has got Robo or not. On this other side, just a few skirmishes. Snow is actually not that much ahead in supply. We're just cutting through the center once again. The Nexus goes down. In the main base, we used to have a bunch of cannons, so that base is nicely protected. The Nexus is gonna get sniped or what? Looks like the rest of Protoss forces will need to return. The Nexus takes a lot of hit. Where are the Storm? Need to hurry up and get the Storms in position. The Storm isn't bad. The Scourges takes a lot of hit on the Corsairs. How many Corsairs remaining? Because there might be another Storm. He's about to storm it. He's about to storm it. The rest of his forces is gonna move out. That Nexus is so damaged. We have some Zelle on attack on this position. There are no Hydra. Excuse me. There are no Lurkers here. Lurkers are in stop motion. Nice attack. The rest of the Zelle need to return home right now. There are a few Dragoons in position to push those Muses back. The game is actually not going well for Snow, but he's gonna have a cannon. Need to babysit this base for a while. Very difficult. This is a gasless base. And as for Zerg, which is coming from the backside here, we already have 1 cannon here to protect. The army from Protoss is gonna move across the map. He's gonna be going all in. He says, "Come to my base. I don't care." I will go for a frontal attack to the center. Usually it's a little bit slow to response. A major engagement on this side. Where there are the observers? I don't see any observers. Alright, looks like Snow is gonna double expand. Ropes will be transferred safely. We're gonna be having 2 Lurkers in position. Nice attack. These are stop Lurkers, but only 1 Lurker. So these Dragoons will only take a bit of a scratch on their shield. On this other map, still 10 Muses, very strong. More cannons are coming up. We're gonna be having a High Templars. So the Muses will decide to dive in. Be super careful. We have a couple of Dragoons here. 1 Hydra is gonna get sniped. He's gonna lose one of his Hydras. Very unfortunate. Could be another Storm. We have 1 Dragoon only. He's gonna be super careful. Another Storm, and the cannons is gonna be there. Another Storm is gonna be available, possibly. In the main base, we have 3 cannons. Alright, only 7 Muses remained, and they will leave. But Snow will already have his new base up, and as for the Zerg player, also 4 bases, so Snow is keeping up with the base count now. Effort leading each supply though, about 10 supply differential, and mass army coming to the center. Where are the Storms? The Lurkers are kind of late to the scene, and there's gonna be a great storm that hits 3 Lurkers. He might storm again. He stormed these 3. They need to actually finish up the game. Doesn't have enough. So the storm again. The rest of the Lurkers are gonna come through. This is a nice choke to eat up the Hydras. Hydras coming from both sides though, but most of them have died in the front battle. Protoss will retreat. He might cast a few more storms or not. There's nothing to pull back. And Effort come to crush the enemy. Reinforcements arrive just in time for Snow. Need to back up and wait for this high ground. Okay, there's a bunch of cannons here. You just need to buy his time. A few more seconds remaining. He will have enough energy for another storm. The Lurkers have been damaged from before. That was a terrible trade for Effort. But from this side, what do we have? Muses are waiting patiently to go in for an attack. Again, observers are coming out. This base had been secured and probes had been transferred. What is Effort doing? In his main base, he doesn't have Queen's Nest. He is still stuck with his lair attack. He's gonna attack to the base, though that is gonna be his 5th base. But Protoss is doing very well on the map that's supposed to be very bad for Protoss. Muses is gonna come across the map. What kind of upgrades we're seeing here? 1-1 for Snow. And as for Effort, it's gonna be 1-0 on the ground forces. The Mutas have got 0-1. Let's take a look at the hotkey configurations. Number 1 is possibly on the Mutas. They will try to dive in the main base, but the cannons already. Oh my god, they found some weak spot. These Hydra's will need to get to the low ground as soon as possible. A few probes will get destroyed. This is just time-wasting tactic to actually buy time for that hatchery to go up. Protoss is looking forward to move to the center. Mutas will be diving in to look for those hidden units there, the High Templars. They don't yet have the energy upgrade. With a huge Zerg army cutting right to the center, we have a few Zelle waiting patiently. We need to actually see the Templar upgrade for the energy. It's not coming. It looks like a massive army come to the Hydra. Not able to cast the storm just yet. They're gonna be back up into the cannons. Go to the center. A small engagement. Lurkers are coming to the Dragoons. Gonna get shredded to pieces. Need to come back and Hydra to cast a storm. The first storm is gonna be available. Huge attack. And there's a storm. The first storm hits everything. The second storm hits everything. A third storm is available as well. Maybe, possibly. Where's the army for Protoss gonna move back? He's gonna cast one last storm. Need to hurry up. He doesn't cast it. He will try to wait on the high ground. Come to this side. Two more storms available, maybe. 34, 35. The storm is there. Go for it. The storm is okay. It's going to be low on the low ground, but he could cast once again another storm. A lot of terrible trades for effort. But his Hydra count is still very high. Another storm is going to be from the backside. This is a great storm to trade those Hydras. The cannons are actually taking a lot of shots on the Hydras. Another storm is going to be coming from the backside again to kill the Hydras. Effort is wasting a lot of his units, but he keeps on pumping more forces across the map. The Snow is holding his side for the timing. He needs to actually have something to block this ram. Effort morph Lurkers right into enemy territories, but Dragoon's gonna come across the map from all sides. He says, you know, I will use this time to attack you. And there could be another storm. No, this is not going to be a storm. That was just a baiting unit. Dragoons are going to attack against Hydra's reinforcement on the backside now. Massive amount of Dragoons. There's going to be a gateway to block. Hydra's is going to move forward. We don't have any more storms available. A bunch of Lurkers are coming to observe. Is able to save things. And looks like Lurker gets shredded to pieces. Effort to send his forces piecemeal. That's a nice defense. And in the backside, we still don't have additional tech coming from Effort. Hydra's got 2-1 upgrade. Protoss has got 2-2. And we are going to be seeing more High Templars possibly. We don't have another base anywhere on this location here. Nice SimCity with the cannon at the front door. Is a lot need to move away from the location. And Snow has stabilized his shit and he's leading supply after a nice engagement. 2-2 upgrades completed. Armor 3 and Plasma Shield 1 is coming up for the Protoss. This base will get sniped. No, I guess not. Looks like the angle is quite awkward for Snow, where the High Templars are going to be coming up as soon as possible. The Hydras are backing up because when you see the High Templars, run for your life, basically. Alright, where this High Templar gets sniped. I'm not seeing that snipe. Forces have been conserved and now cannons coming out. Protoss onto the 5th base. The Corsis is checking for the situation. Do we have another base on this map? Protoss is covering all of the locations. No chances to go for a Lurker drop. And we finally still don't have Queen's Nest. Woohoo! They're moving on to the high ground. One High Templar is available for this. They will dive in for the High Templar. They will get the High Templar. I guess they get the High Templars. Protoss will be coming from the low ground. These Hydras get actually cornered. The cannons have completed. There's going to be a few storms. This is going to be a terrible trade for Everett. He loses the first Lurker, he loses the second Lurker. The rest of the forces going to get pushed back. Reinforcement on the north side is quite strong, but Snow can just wait on the high ground. He's about to cast a few more storms available. That first storm is not casted, but now the last Lurkers have died, and now Snow is leading by 30, well, I guess 20 supply. He holds the side of the map. Once Plasma Shield and Armor upgrade kicks in, Protoss will have a distinctive advantage when it comes to upgrades. Protoss on 5 bases. Zerg is also on 5 and Hive Tech is nowhere to be seen. Arm is going to come through here. Another storm that put those Lurkers back into places. Great surround here from Merford. Dragoons need to back down. They are slightly in an awkward position. The Archon is doing a lot of shots. Pushing once again Effort back. Wow. Snow is doing so well, leading by 30 supply now. Effort having trouble expanding anywhere else on this map. He's going to be unsaturated in his main base. This base also running out of minerals. Effort could not find the break he needs to move into Hive Tech. We have a nice positioning for this Corsair, holding the position that the Overlord used to take. It's a good way to actually have vision of those areas. Massive army coming through here, but there are already some Hydralisk waiting, and now 225 energies available. They will try to come to this side, but Protoss is on the move. Any bases available to take here. A lot of Hydras. Protoss get pushed back. I think the next set of units coming from Snow is going to be mainly High Templars, and as you can see, the shield is completed. Protoss going for very strong upgrade, where Zergs don't seem to be upgrading anything anymore. Effort on the losing side. He's going to try to go for crazy engagements surrounding from both sides. We get pushed back 100 against time. 2 lurkers getting pushed into the wrong locations where these forces are going to try to come from the backside. There are a few more cannons available though. What is the plan? Protoss pushes on the high ground on this side. The lurkers have been cleared out. The rest of the forces from Effort are not being used in the battle. And Snow's going to push the enemy back. Where are they going? A single Corsair spotting everything. On this side, a bunch of Zealot will be buying some time. And the Hydras will be in a low ground as the storm rain from the sky. The first storm is the second storm, the third storm. A few more storms are going to get deployed. All of these Hydras have died, and that's going to be GG, possibly from Effort. Once he loses his entire army, Effort has been disqualified. Snow will go to final. Buy me copies. Goodbye.